If you're trying to take your power back by confronting people, you've already misunderstood where your power was leaking. Power doesn't return through arguments, it doesn't return through clarity or closure or finally being understood. Power returns when the system loses access to you. Think about it. Nothing shuts down because it was yelled at. Things shut down when the power source is cut. Most people don't lose power because someone took it. They lose it because they stayed plugged in long after the system stopped respecting what they supplied. You don't lose power everywhere. You lose it in specific dynamics with specific people inside systems that benefit from your consistency. Power drains where your effort is predictable, your availability is assumed, your output is expected, your absence is never planned for. That's not a character flaw. That's not generosity. That's leverage being quietly extracted. Because power doesn't disappear. It gets redirected through systems that rely on you never unplugging. Losing power doesn't mean becoming weak. It means becoming necessary. The moment a system cannot function without your input, it stops seeing you as an authority and starts seeing you as infrastructure. And infrastructure is never thanked. It's used. It's assumed. It's noticed only when it fails. Systems don't reward what they can draw from endlessly. They normalize it. And once your contribution is normalized, your power is no longer visible. It's just expected. Think about electricity. Think about a building that's always lit. No one praises the outlet. No one thanks the grid. They assume it's there. Now imagine one room goes dark. Suddenly there's urgency, questions, movement. Not because the room changed, but because the power source stopped supplying energy. That's unpaid labor. The emotional regulation, the constraint readiness, the fixing, the smoothing, the anticipating, you weren't just helping, you were powering the system. And the moment you unplug, confusion appears, tension rises, your absence is felt. Not because you're replaceable, but because you were never replaceable to begin with. Most people try to take power back by explaining themselves, by confronting, by clarifying, by pleading their case. But confrontation keeps you plugged in. It keeps energy flowing. It tells the system, I'm still available. I'm still engaged. I still care enough to react. Power doesn't respond to speeches. It responds to outages. Because systems only reveal what holds leverage. When the energy supply is interrupted, participation looks like stepping in before anyone asks. Fixing what wasn't assigned, absorbing emotional discomfort, staying available just in case, recharging after being drained so you can do it again tomorrow. You think you're being responsible, but you're actually preventing the system from ever recalibrating. Imbalanced systems survive because someone keeps compensating. And the one compensating is almost always the one who feels the least powerful. Not because they are, but because they're supplying energy without controlling access. Have you ever watched a situation fall apart the moment you stop stepping in? Drop a black heart emoji in the comments if you ever seen that happen. That wasn't chaos. That was leverage becoming visible. You don't announce withdrawal. You don't threaten it. You don't explain it. You unplug. You stop anticipating. You stop rescuing. You stop recharging systems that drain you faster than they acknowledge you. You let silence do the work. You let discomfort sit. You let responsibility land where it belongs. What happens next will tell you everything. Because power always reacts when leverage shifts. Here's the truth. Your power was never taken. It was stabilized through your participation. You weren't powerless. You were the power source. And the moment you stop supplying energy to systems that refuse to recognize it, the dynamic changes. Not because you became aggressive, but because you became unavailable. Now you decide. You can keep holding systems together that don't recognize your authority, or you can withdraw and let the imbalance reveal itself. One keeps you essential but depleted. The other restores leverage. Quietly, cleanly, permanently. This channel isn't about fighting for power. It's about recognizing where participation was the problem all along. Subscribe if you're ready to stop supplying what drains you.